Just like that, it was basketball season. It was basketball season this fast, so soon after football. Almost too soon for Ben McBain, even though he usually couldn't wait for the next season in sports to begin. When you were 11 like he was, that was the beauty of sports. You didn't have to wait until next year. Not if you played football and basketball and baseball the way he did in Rockwell. Sometimes you barely had to wait at all, even if people in Rockwell still hadn't stopped talking about the way football had ended for Ben and the rest of the Rockwell Rams in the championship game against Parkerville. So 2 weeks from when Ben had hit Sam Brown for a touchdown on the last play of the championship game, Ben and Sam and Coop Manley, were on their way to Darby, next town over, for their only preseason scrimmage, 1 week before the season started for real. Rockwell versus Darby again, this time in the gym at Rockwell Middle School. They were all piled into the back seat of Mrs. Manley's car for the short ride, knowing that it was only supposed to be a scrimmage, but also knowing Darby was their biggest rival in just about everything. Knowing they'd want to beat Darby even if it was just a pie-eating contest. "Are we ready for this?" Coop said now. "Because I don't know if I'm ready for this." He had one window, Sam had the other. Ben was in between them. You could be the biggest star on the field, the way Ben had been against Parkerville, but when you were small, the way Ben was small, you still got stuck with the middle seat. "Gotta admit," Ben said, "this is one time when even I would have been fine with a little more of a break. That way we could have celebrated for a few more days, like guys do after they win the Stanley Cup and they travel all around with it." "Same," Sam said, "even though Coop would still be posing on the field next to our trophy if we didn't practically drag him away." "He did look awfully darn cute," Mrs. Manley said from the front. "Mom, stop," Coop said. They were passing through Darby's downtown area, which was even smaller than Rockwell's. "Hey," Coop said, "I hear you guys on this. It was only the greatest football game in the history of our town, even if it was a bunch of sixth graders. I'm totally not done talking about it yet." "Now there's a shocker," Ben said. "You not wanting to stop talking, I mean." "About anything," Sam said. "Some people just have more to say than others," Coop said. "Isn't that what you've always told me, Mom?" Ben looked up at the rearview mirror, could see Mrs. Manley smiling. "Honestly, dear," she said, "sometimes I just say that hoping you'll stop talking." "Mrs. Manley," Sam said, "from downtown." "Have your fun," Coop said. "This will all be in my book someday." "Whoa," Ben said. "You plan to write one before you, read one?" They all laughed, happy as always to be in one another's company. Happy to have the usual chirp going on between them. Happy that they had a game to play, even if it did seem as if they were coming straight to the scrimmage against Darby from that amazing football game against Parkerville. Sometimes Ben wished his whole world could be Saturdays exactly like this. The back seat got quiet for a moment. Even Coop. It was Sam who spoke next. "Before we do start hoops today," he said, "anybody besides me wondering how we can possibly top what we just did in football?" Ben said, "We'll just do what we always do." Coop said, I know what we always do, but help me out here." "We'll show up and hope something great happens," Ben said. "And then make something great happen," Sam said. It had happened during the football season, at least the season that really began about halfway through when Coach O'Brien put Ben in at quarterback, and he showed Coach and everybody else that he wasn't too small to be a quarterback after all. The Rams were losing by 3 touchdowns to Parkerville in the regular season game the two teams had played, but somehow Ben, with a lot of help from Sam, the best receiver on the team and in the league, brought them all the way back. The Rams never lost another game after that. Finally, it was the championship game, the rematch with Parkerville, and they were down 4 points and down to their last play.